It's week 6 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Derek Carr. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Saints and the Bucs, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Crescent City of New Orleans and the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints. Set for a good matchup in the NFC South, so glad you were with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, this is a division you know a lot about, and the rivalries within this division always kind of gives you a good game when it's NFC South against NFC South.
Yeah, and this is a division, Mike, that I've lived in for a long time in my career, and at one point, you can make the argument that it was the best division in football. But right now, it's the quarterback uncertainty. Do we have the quarterback of our future? Did we...
The kicker, Chase McLaughlin, will get this one started. And off we go from the Superdome. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Saints coming out, and the veteran leads them. It's their quarterback, Derek Carr, 9 years with the Raiders, now year 2 with the Saints. Greg, for a man who's now 33 years old.
If his preparation for this game is any indication of how he's going to perform today, Mike, they're going to be hard to beat. He played really well last week, but when we talked to his coaches, they told us, they're like, he has lived here all week. He has taken his level of play even up another notch, and if he can continue to operate this system, continue to get all of his weapons involved, this leadership, this ability to lead by example, it's going to rub off on the rest of this offense. I think they're going to have a good chance of changing from last week's loss to coming away today with a victory.
It'll be a pickup of 10. First down, New Orleans.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Carr. Catch made, right side by Wilson.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play. Early indications of a hold. Ryan Ramczyk, former Badger, guilty that time. Second down, Carr. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Carr from the gun on third down. That's going to be caught. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up fourth down.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end, and the best teams in the NFL, Mike, they can win close games and they can win different style games. You're not going to blow people out consistently in the NFL. The league is just too good.
The rush gets there. He goes down back inside the 5-yard line.
So you spend all week, Mike, working on what they call the opening script. It's the plays that you love the most and you want to get called early. The problem? None of those plays account for being called inside your own 5-yard line. But that's exactly where they find themselves after that sack, and that's a disastrous start.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. From down near his goal line, he'll look to throw. Taking off, carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Saints have got it. Well, he certainly turned that into something on the move. Downfield, looked like he was gaining yards, but then loses control, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Early on, Mike, it looked like it was going to be a really good play by the quarterback, turning to his legs, getting some pretty good yardage with his feet, but then he failed to not only protect himself, but mostly protect the ball. Defense is able to put a hit on him, jar the ball loose, and now they'll take over after the big takeaway.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Carr working out of the gun. First down throw there is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Alvin Kamara that time, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing is Carr. This is caught at the 2. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's good for the Saints.
Here's Carr throwing from the pistol. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Kamara going to try to bull his way in, and he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Throwing here on 3rd and goal. It is brought in the end zone. Chris Olave. Touchdown, Saints. It's his 4th touchdown on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready for their 2nd possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. And the reception for Chris Godwin. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll send a tight end in motion right. Now a run with the rookie out of Oregon. He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play. Early indications of a hold. They'll run with Irving. It's a good pickup on 2nd down, but there is a flag down, and this one might not stand up. They'll motion a tight end right. He'll look to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, like living in these 3rd and long situations. Must pass. is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Now, fair catch will be taken out near the 35-yard line. The Saints offense make their way out to take over once more. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Carr. This throw left side taken in by Johnson. With that, I want to give you a look here at the receiving numbers for him from the game a week ago. Here's 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Carr. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete. Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And 3rd down coming up. Carr to throw. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Lou Hedley now. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. He'll get this ahead for about 3. That's Chase Young off the edge with the tackle. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. 2nd and 7. He'll drop to throw. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw.
The ball comes out. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
After these kind of plays, Mike, you just wish the sideline was a mile away, because you know when you get there, you are going to catch an earful. They stress all week, ball carriers. We have to protect the ball. In this case, it doesn't result in a turnover, but the lost yardage now brings up 4th down. These are drive killers.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Saints offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. Carr now to throw on 1st down. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Here's 3rd and 7.
It's 3rd and 7.
They'll motion their tight end Johnson. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
The Buccaneers offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He's going to air this one out, and that is incomplete.
It seemed there was a bit of a busted coverage in the secondary, and I think that's what led that receiver to be so wide open, and that's a ball that just needs to be put on him. It doesn't have to be a perfect throw. It doesn't have to be thrown on the money. Just make it catchable and take advantage of that opportunity. There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Saints offense back onto the field for their next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Carr. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Now a 2nd down throw from Carr. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Encroachment, defense. Still 1st down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Now Carr. The open man is Wilson. And just a pickup of 3 or 4, but with the penalty a moment ago, it leaves them with a good down. 2nd and short.
At their 49-yard line.
In motion is Hill. A give up the middle with Kamara. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5.
5-yard gain on the play. That's good for the Saints. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
To throw is Carr. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Shaheed in motion. On 1st and 10, Carr. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. They face 2nd down and 7.
At the Buccaneers' 32-yard line.
Pistol give to Kamara. He'll take this forward, maybe 2-3 yards, but doesn't matter. We have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Carr now on 2nd down. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Here's Carr. Taken in right side by the tight end Johnson. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the 1st. So it'll bring up 4th down.
For the Saints field goal. A 52-yard attempt.
Rupee's kick is good. And the Saints will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. Chris Godwin, the receiver he was looking for, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. Back to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Well, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly in his 3rd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a 1st down.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long 1st down.
And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll go again here with Irving. He'll take this forward maybe 2-3 yards, but doesn't matter. We have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. One of the tight ends in motion right. They'll throw out of the gun. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced, and at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. Jalen McMillan, the one he was looking for there. And it's going to lead to 4th down. Here's Jake Camarda now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. The Saints offense ready to take over once more. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early, and they'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara, and he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now whistles here, and a penalty. Looks like somebody moved early up front. Second down, Carr. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Carr now. Shaheed with the catch. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Here's the punter now, as he is on to punt for New Orleans. A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. So after one, the Saints out on top. More from New Orleans after this. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. On 1st down, here's Irving. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. Throwing now from the gun. A short one there to Otten. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
They get 12 yards on that pass. It's a 1st down for Tampa Bay.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
A give. This is Irving. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. That's Chase Young off the edge with the tackle.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Right back to Irving. He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play. Early indications of a hold. Now a give up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. 3rd and long.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
They send a receiver in motion left. Throwing now on 3rd and long. He'll try and get there on the ground. Going to stop this here for injury. One of the Buccaneers is down. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Here's their punter now. He's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Now out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. The next drive about to start as we take a look ahead to what's coming up the next couple of nights. Starting tonight, Sunday Night Football. It's the Bengals and Giants at MetLife Stadium, 8:20 Eastern Time. Followed tomorrow by Monday Night Football. Quick turnaround for the stadium crew. The Bills and the Jets also at MetLife. Kickoff there, 8:15 from Jersey. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Well, that is a fitting end to this drive. Nothing works. He loses yardage on 3rd down. And here comes 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10.
At the 35-yard line.
He'll look to throw. To the left side, to Godwin. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They put a receiver in motion to the left. They'll look to throw again. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
This offense just continues to struggle to find any sort of rhythm. And now part of it is self-inflicted wounds. But the vast majority of their struggles has just been their inability to pass protect. You can't expect your quarterback to settle into the game and have any confidence operating out of the pocket. When the second he hits his back foot, the play's over. As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half, putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
First down, Buccaneers.
On the handoff, it's Irving. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And that'll be in and out of his hands. It's incomplete. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. They're going to motion the tight end over here. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
On 4th down, Chase McLaughlin in for the Bucs. That one is good. And the Bucs are on the board. It's now 10-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense getting set to get back to work. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. It's a give now to Kamara. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Levante David doing his work on defense.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 31-yard.
Now a toss running left with Kamara. And a spirited run there, somehow managing to gain a couple of yards. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the shotgun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
The Buccaneers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Here's Irving. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. On the ground, it's Irving. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
Brought down at the 39-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Buccaneers first down.
He'll drop to throw.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system, and all these early sacks. Yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window. You could tell pretty quickly that when this quarterback decided to pull it down himself, Mike, he knew exactly where that first down marker was. That's a great effort. He didn't get it by much, but it's a good spot, and it gets him the first down.
They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu from the secondary on the stop. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We're back to New Orleans. After this, they'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Gets this one into the hands of his receiver, Godwin. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. He'll tuck it and take off. Going to stop this here for injury. One of the Buccaneers is down. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From out of the gun, he'll throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down. So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Buccaneers cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. Play action now. It's Carr. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Carr working out of the gun. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down.
And the Saints first down. 1st and 10.
Shaheed in motion. On 1st down, Carr. Right back to Olave. He's got it again. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
He was defended by Bryce Hall.
Shaheed in motion. Now a second down throw from Carr. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. It's a gain of 10 yards. It's good for a Saints first down.
First and 10 at the 30.
Now Carr. Right back to Wilson. He's got it again. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. Carr to throw. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. Now a 3rd and 2. Here's Carr. Open man. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And fortunately, one of his teammates there to save him. He'll wind up getting enough to pick up the first down. New Orleans, 3rd and final timeout.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey, guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we have reached halftime with these two teams separated by a touchdown. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Jackson Smith-Njigba, a touchdown catch in the victory. We saw a strong first half from the veteran quarterback, Derek Carr. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either
Both
team
teams
thus
ready
far.
to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense ready to get back to work. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
They'll run it. It's Irvin. Here comes 3rd and 6. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Still 3rd down.
So now, following the penalty, they're only going to need a yard. It is 3rd and 1. They'll send a tight end in motion. Following the penalty, they'll run it. It's a gain of 12 there. Good for a Buccaneers first down.
And you see the nice pickup here by Bucky Irving, and it's kind of one of those guys, Mike, that we use that phrase, he's quicker than he is fast. You know, you line him up in the 40-yard dash, and maybe he doesn't jump off the page at you, but he makes people miss in the hole. He's got great vision, great instincts with the ball. A lot of that you can't coach, and I'll tell you, they are really high on him in this Tampa Bay Bucs organization.
And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
A gain of 3 on the play. And the Buccaneers first down.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's to the right side and incomplete.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Pete Werner there to make the tackle. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes third down. Back to throw. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punt it away as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The home team's offense and Derek Carr set to take over once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they'll try to keep it going. On first down, they'll start out with Kamara. And a short pickup to about the 30. Second down and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
The tight end Moreau is in motion. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8.
And 8 yards to go.
Carr. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
This pains me to say, Mike, because I love the idea of feeding the tight end, but it can only go his way so many times if it's not going to result in positive outcomes. So wouldn't be surprised to see him try to get his backs, his wide receivers, get some other guys involved, and then later in the game, go back to his big tight end. I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
They'll run with Irving. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the Saints' 47-yard line.
Open man, the tight end, O'Keefe. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
First down, Buccaneers.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Now a give on the ground, and the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Demario Davis there on the play.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
He's going to run it.
John Wolford on the scramble.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a first down.
Flags coming. Looks like there was movement on the right side of the O-line. Back to the ground after the penalty. And just a short pickup there to the 35. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Now this time, they'll look to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down mark. So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. This one from 43 yards away. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Bucs will cut the lead down to 4.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
This is fielded inside the 5. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. Now, Carr. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. 11 yards on the connection there. First down, New Orleans.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
First down throw for Carr. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. Now whistles and a timeout. It'll be a run out of the gun with Kamara. And he nearly got the first down there. We'll give him 9 yards, but setting up a very manageable 3rd and 1. Carr now. He's got his tight end. That's Johnson. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They put Wilson in motion. Here comes the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
The timing of the jet sweep is critical. If you can get the ball carrier past the end man on the line, typically there's a lot of space downfield, but give credit to the defense. They saw this one play out, they reacted quickly, and they're able to throw him down for a loss.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities. Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
The Bucs offense and their running back Bucky Irving ready to hit the field again. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. A pass. It's complete. It's Shepard.
Complete to Sterling Shepard. A gain of 6 yards.
Here now, 3rd and 5. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Levante David doing his work on defense.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 44.
They'll go again here with Kamara. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7?
3rd down and 7.
Back is Carr. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Now, faking the give. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down. One of the tight ends motions right. This one is caught by Shepard. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Motion man is the tight end going right. A give. This is Irving. And he'll be brought down what will be the final act here in this third quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now, off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Try to pick this one up on the ground. The Buccaneers getting their punter out there. Be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. A fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line. So now this team's offense about ready to take over once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Carr working out of the gun. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Carr. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Carr. This one is caught by Moreau. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up 1st downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Here's Carr throwing from the pistol. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Now Carr. A throw left side taken in by Wilson. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a 1st down. Throwing is Carr. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'd say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. To throw is Carr. That one complete to A.T. Perry. First time they've looked his way all game long. And he comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
They bring their tight end right. Now Kamara. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Trying to keep a drive alive. Going to have to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Carr. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Buccaneers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Uh-oh. And he will wiggle his way forward for a gain of a couple. They'll send a tight end in motion right. Now they'll set up to throw. He finds his tight end, Keith. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Tampa Bay.
They motion a receiver right. They'll look to throw. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. On the handoff, it's Irving. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. He'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Back to throw. That's to the left side. Caught by McMillan. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. On 3rd down, it's Irving. He's going nowhere. That call, not the right one. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
Too much leg there. That one's into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. On 1st and 10, Carr. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down. Now a give running left with Kamara. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the first down, and here comes fourth down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a fourth and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this fourth down.
Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Godwin working the right side. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Encroachment, defense. Still 2nd down.
A handoff as they try to run it here. Strong. And they finally get him down. Good gain on the ground, but hold everything. Maybe a reason he got so free. Here's Irving. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming. Off play action. He'll set up to throw.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Saints offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Carr now. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll give this to Kamara, running right. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And now at 1:52, the defense will pull the plug there as they take a timeout. The Saints will punt this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. He runs with it. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that 1st down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. They'll look to throw yet again. Oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down. Here comes second down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
So this one, a win for the Saints. They get the victory away from home in the division. Those are so valuable. And they'll get another shot in their place next time, later in the season. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Saints are winners, as we say so long from New Orleans.